No, I mean my balls.
What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to another edition of SMB, a South Park Review. For each and every week, me and my guys like to break down for you South Park in linear fashion. And this week is no exception. Well, there is an exception. I'm here alone. No one else is here with me. Happy Thanksgiving to you if you're listening to this on Thanksgiving as I record this on Thursday, November the 23rd, 2023, the morning of Thanksgiving due to some, holidays, and Dane just moved to Atlanta and Scoop hanging out with the fam. No one could get together in time, and that's okay, but I didn't want to leave you, the listener, and the viewer, whenever you watch this later on, without South Park, especially on Thanksgiving. So if you're listening to this on Thanksgiving, I hope you're having a good Thanksgiving, and I hope this 30 to 45 minutes of reprieve can take your mind off any social anxiety issues you have or any frustrations you may be encountering by hanging out with your in-laws on Thanksgiving. I'm your host, The Heat, and I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high where the air is dry, your boy, MSG. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Matthew_Schaffer. Go ahead and hit that Linktr.ee/SouthParkPod. I'm pointing right to it on YouTube. You can also check us out at SouthParkPods on all outlets. Let's not delay. This is South Park's 199th overall episode as it first aired in April of 2010. April 7th, to be specific. It is the 199th overall episode, as mentioned. This is SMB number 202, and this is You Have Zero Friends, which is apropos for me today, as I have zero friends reviewing this podcast with me. I have tons of friends and family, but I have zero friends reviewing this podcast with me today. I kind of do feel like Kip Jordy and his computer taking it to the movie theaters. In this case, I'm just in my room talking to nobody. But that's okay. Hopefully you'll enjoy this episode and like and subscribe. Leave your comments on any of your favorite podcast catchers or on YouTube. So here's a synopsis. Kyle begs Stan to join Facebook and then become his friend. So Stan gets sucked into Facebook. So the episode starts out, they're at Kyle's house. Cartman is mocking Kyle for only having 37 Facebook friends, while him and Kenny each have 62 friends. Stan arrives. He's kind of disgusted, like, dude, why are you guys hanging out with all these people online who aren't real and playing online versus just going outside and, being a kid and doing fun stuff? Kyle, though, attempts to change Stan's opinion in his mind by announcing to him that they've gone ahead and started his own Facebook account, which he's not happy about. Cartman advises Stan to get with it or suffer as someone who has no Facebook friends, like a socially inept third grader named Kip Jordy. Stan becomes fed up and then leaves to go play Xbox, while Kyle, feeling bad for Kip, decides to add him as a friend. And then Kip accepts his friend request and is overjoyed to tell his parents about all his new friends' interests and how he wants, quote, the world to stop talking about ninjas. So let's go ahead and we'll jump into that first part of the episode.
Play Yahtzee with your friends? Even start your own virtual farm and have your friends visit it.
Even start your own
Who the
farm,
hell
like
wants to play
Farmville.
Yahtzee?
Yeah, who wants to play
Sam, we know
Yahtzee?
It's hard to get started, but we have a
Yahtzee's
little surprise
horrible.
for you. Yeah, dude, we made you your own Facebook page. Surprise!
Yippee!
No, I told you guys I don't want to be on Facebook. Yeah, but now you can be friends with all of us. I'm
They're
not
like, he's
collecting
right
friends,
here.
I'm not building any farms. I don't want to get sucked into this. All right, fine, dude. You don't have to add any friends. You can just be like Kip Jordy.
Kip Jordy.
Who? Kip Jordy, the third grader. He's got no Facebook friends.
He's got no Facebook friends. Poor Kip Jordy. Poor Kip Jordy. So as you saw and potentially and also heard there on the podcast, they created an account for Stan. Now, I remember, this is 2010, so Facebook was getting really popular. I'm not saying it hasn't been popular for over a decade, especially now thinking about now here in 2023, but when I was in college, which was in 2005, 2006, my first go-around, Facebook was just starting, and the only way you could join Facebook is if you had a college account, which they kind of like showed that in the movie, The Social Network or whatever, the movie that they made. So yeah, you could only use a dedicated college account to get into Facebook. Then once they made it public, it started to take off. But what they're kind of describing here, this fandom, if you will, with social media, for me, I can relate to it more in the MySpace sense, because MySpace was popping back in the day. For those of you who are too young to know what MySpace is, it became what now Facebook is. It's not two different companies, but the social construct itself of having your own page, if you will, to then connect and meet other people as well as stay in contact with friends and family was made due in large part popularized by MySpace. Of course, MySpace lets you do more things than Facebook still doesn't let you do today. You can customize your own page. You could learn basic HTML and coding. Put music on your page. You had a top 8, 16, 24 friend list that kept expanding it. Oh, yeah, people would get into arguments about being in that top list. I did. I'd be like, what's up, dude? You're in my top list. How come I'm not in your top list? So Facebook was the evolution of that. And this fandom itself is definitely reminiscent of that itself. All right, so let's jump now to Kip Jordy. Let's get introduced to him. As you can see, he has 0 friends here. He's all sad. There's a sad clown in the background. And then, as you can tell, Kyle sends him a friend request here. Kyle Broflovsky, I added you as a friend. And he's all like tripping, rubbing his eyes, like, oh my gosh, is this actually happening? So he clicks confirm, and then boom. Now he has 1 friend. Then this old school archaic profile page that Facebook used to have set up, like the old school HTML. Basic HTML page where you could put nothing on it. It was just a white background. I mean, it's the same nowadays, but now everything's like...
Son, that's wonderful.
I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. The UI interface has been modified so much that it's
video games and reading.
User accessible.
Nice boy? Oh, he's the best, Mom. He has a green hat, and he wants the world to stop talking about ninjas.
There you go. So Kip Jordy, he makes a friend. Good for him. You know, he gets a little buddy, gets someone to interact with. And I do think here there is what this episode also touches on is how for some who are maybe a little socially inept, a little bit socially awkward, social media can be a positive thing because it can create new conversations, relationships with people, whether it be in real life or online. You know, I was so against the online nature of relationships when it first started. I think that was probably due in part to, I was just like, it's not real. You know, people just come on here and they can say whatever they want, but in real life, people don't usually talk to you how they talk to you online. There's some more decorum when you're having a conversation face to face, right? So I never really took serious the online aspect. But then right around when I was like 16 or 17, when I started like hanging out online, if you will, in chat rooms and then meeting other wrestling fans and stuff like that my age, who I still have friends to this day, I was like, okay, this thing can be cool. And then I've met people. I mean, Scoop, that's how we met. Scoop, I have now known for over a decade. I met him through social media. He just moved to the area and happened to get recommended to be my friend because he was into some of the same music that my band played, and boom, I met Scoop. So, I mean, the internet can definitely be a positive thing, and it can definitely also be a blight on society. But let's not go down that rabbit hole right now. Moving on. So now we find Randy, and he discovers Stan's Facebook page, and then he basically bothers him, pesters him, and complains to him. So we're not friends. We're not friends on Facebook. Stan's like, no, we're friends, Dad. He's like, yeah, but we're not friends on Facebook, though. We're not friends on Facebook. So eventually, Stan just shut him up, adds his dad on Facebook. While this is going on, Kyle starts to rapidly lose friends as a result of adding Kip Jordy.
Hey, Stan.
Hey, Stan.
I was on my computer at work and saw that you have a Facebook page now.
Yeah, Dad, I was kind of forced to.
Well, so are you going to add me as a friend?
No, Dad, I really don't want to get more into it.
Oh, okay. So
I'm not your
not
friend?
your friend then?
Dad, you are my friend.
But you just don't want to add me as a friend.
Dad, it's just a stupid click of a button that takes 2 seconds.
Right, but you don't have the 2 seconds or...
I just want to do my homework.
All right, fine.
The 2 seconds.
Just to be clear, you and I are not friends?
All right, Dad, I'll add you.
Oh, cool, okay.
Mom, Dad, my best friend Kyle, he went to the dentist yesterday.
Here's
and got
Kip.
2 fillings.
So as you saw there and heard, Randy pressuring Stan to be his friend on Facebook. And that's how this was when Facebook started. People would be like, oh, you don't want to be my friend? You're going to confirm my friend request? It was like this clout chasing thing, right? I mean, to I guess an extent now, it's now transferred to followers. So I can't really say that anything's changed. But when Facebook first started, it was like, how many friends can I make? How many people can I connect with? Back then when you could actually like post something on your Facebook page and then it would actually appear on the people you were friends with, their timeline pages. Now you have to advertise to your own friends just so they can see your posts. So there's that. But the transfer of the friends of the clout chasing is now transferred over to followers, right? Whether it be TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, Threads, I don't know, True Social, whatever you're using. It's all about clout chasing. So, and that's what we're going to get into here as Kyle starts to realize he's losing friends, and Cartman is even going to infer it's due to, in part, that he has become friends with Kip Jordy. So here's Kyle farming, and now his friend list is going to start dwindling. There you can see on the left-hand side, he has 30 friends.
There we go. Nice.
He's all farming. He's all excited. You have 29 friends.
29? No, I have 30 friends.
28.
Hey, what the hell is...
27. 26.
Oh, no. Oh, shit.
So he loses all of his friends. And here's another... I guess you might say point of frustration that maybe even still happens today with relationships. As Wendy finds out that Stan has his own Facebook page and wants to know why he's still listed as single.
Am I a joke to you?
What?
I just want to know, is that all I am? A big joke?
Is that all I am?
No.
No.
You do have a Facebook page, Stan!
Oh, God damn it. No, I just got that because
Yeah, well, I saw your page, Stan. Relationship status? Single?
Relationship I didn't even pay any attention
You
to
like
that.
being single, Stan? So that you can use Facebook to find other girls? According to your Facebook page, we aren't friends.
All right, I'll add you as a friend. I'm sorry.
And you better change your relationship status to in a relationship.
In a relationship.
How?
By editing your profile under basic information.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's really how this goes down. That's really how it be then. That's really how it be now, right? I know guys, girls, any type of alien life form, non-binary, cisgender, religion, persons of color, whatever kind of person, animal you are. I know you've all gone through situations where you're using Facebook or some form of social media, and we'll use Facebook because this is the topic at hand. You start a new relationship or you're in a relationship with someone, and they because you maybe don't use Facebook enough to care, you don't like go in there and update your bullshit. And then your significant other friend, guy, girl, whatever, relationship partner, gets mad at you like, what the hell? Why don't you update your settings? And you're just like, I really don't care. I don't need to let the world know all my public. No, they need to fucking know. And that kind of just goes against my own personal morals, I guess, is I don't ever need to put out too much personal stuff on social media. I put out things there, fun, comedy. I don't like to say brag, but I like to note accomplishments because they're few and far these days, right? As we get older, and when I do get accomplishments and wins in acting, it's fun. But other than that, like I don't post a lot of personal things on there. I do sometimes delve into more of the mental aspect, like of having bipolar, only because I think that can be relatable to other people who read it. But I'm never going to tell you like, today I woke up and I made shit money today and I had a horrible day at work and then I came home and I couldn't sleep and my back was hurting and you know what I mean? Just people who go online and want to like vent all their bullshit. So maybe that's just why I never really got into it. And Stan seems to agree with me. All right. I agree with Stan and I related to this episode so much when it came out, but we'll get there. Moving on. So now while updating his profile, he finds that Cartman has a podcast on Facebook. This is the early onset of podcasts, right? And tells people how to get friends, which friends people should add, and what is most beneficial to their Facebook. Cartman, of course, in usual Cartman fashion, informs his audience to dump Kyle as a friend, as he is now friends with Kip Jordy. As a result, people that are already friends with Kyle defriend him, only leaving him little to none left. And then in the most pathetic manner possible, Kyle is going to beg Stan to come to his farm. All right, so we'll jump into that clip here. And this is what I was talking about. Cartman is almost like running this podcast like a stock show. I think, he's parodying the CNBC guy, which we'll get to his name later in the trivia. But he's parodying that money exchange, money stock show here, but using friends as the commodity.
Dude, fuck Facebook, seriously.
Seriously.
What the hell is this? Podcast?
Podcast?
Welcome to Cartman's Incredible Podcast. Hello, fellow Facebookers. I'm here to do one thing. Get you more
Get
friends.
you more friends.
Looking around Facebook today, we see that since adding loser Kip Doherty as
Kyle
a friend,
Broflovsky.
Kyle Broflovsky's stock is plummeting.
Plummeted.
He had 55 friends just 2 days ago. He's down to just 11 this morning.
Wow.
Run to your Facebook account and delete Kyle from your friends list because he is poison and I don't see him making a comeback anytime soon. You want to dump Kyle and if at all possible, add Clyde Donovan. Why? Birthday. That's right, Clyde has a birthday coming up and his mom is taking everyone to
Casa Bonita. And of course, we all know about Harvin's love.
Because Clyde's numbers are about to go way
Casa
up.
Bonita.
And now word on the street. Word on the street. The rumors are now becoming more than that. Jimmy and Bebe have agreed to share their friends. That's right. Looks like we're about to have a merger.
Merger. So if you're friends with Wolf, you're about to get a whole bunch of chick friends. And that's your blah, 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 blah update for the day. Stay clear of Kyle. Wait, I think that's what he says.
You're a friend of Jimmy's, you're about to luck into about 90 chick friends. And as we all know, chick friends are worth almost triple what dude friends are. That's all the time I have for today. Remember, update that profile and steer clear of Kyle.
He's so happy with a big smile there at the end. Steer clear of Kyle. Good old Cartman. Good old freaking Cartman. All right, so now we'll jump into the next clip here, and this is Kyle showing up at Stan's door, sad because he's losing all of his friends. And he has nobody to help him farm his Farmville crops. Stan opens the door to Kyle. Kyle crying.
Can I come in? Sure, dude.
Yeah, dude. Come on in, dude. Kyle's crying.
Dude, what's the matter?
I don't have any friends.
Stupid.
What?
Diane's like, what?
I do, but... Well, ever since I became friends with that Kip Doherty kid, a bunch of my other friends have started ignoring me. It would be fine except for my farm is starting to shrink. I
Stupid.
know that I should just dump Kip as a friend, but that's such a terrible thing to do, and
It is.
I'm sorry, I'm just so confused.
This is dumb.
I really need a friend right now.
Okay, dude, I'm here for
So
you.
Stan's actually like, I'm here for you,
Okay,
bro.
so then get on Facebook and fertilize my crops.
Get on Facebook.
No.
Please! My farm hasn't expanded in 3 days!
Dude, I've already had to become friends with all of Wendy's friends and my grandma's friends. I do not want to start doing all the farming stuff, too. I'm not getting sucked into that.
You don't get sucked into it! You don't get sucked in at all! Please!
Fuck.
That's exactly how I feel with some of these Facebook apps were back in the day. I mean, it's not as rampant as it is now, but if you all remember, man, when these games really started popping off, like was it Candy Crush and Farmville and Cafe Waitress or whatever it is, people got sucked into these games, man. And they would just bombard you with invites. Please come join the game, join the game, join the game. Every time I turned on my Facebook, it was like I had a brand new alert to get, and I was invited to some new game. I mean, not to get too personal here. At one point in time, my mom was really sucked into these games to the point where, like, she would just come home from work and then just sit on the computer and play for hours. And we all had to, like, I remember being, like, 14, 15 at the time, or even a little bit later. I guess this would have been 2010. I remember coming home and visiting and being like, wow, mom's really playing this game. And I remember eventually we were just kind of like, hey, mom, like, you're playing this game a lot. And then once we kind of, like, told her and been like, hey, like, you're playing this game a lot, she eased off and then didn't play for years. Now my mom has an iPad, and, when she comes home from work, she'll maybe, if she's bored or something, that she'll pick up her iPad and play. But if she's got other things to do, she gets back to, her day-to-day life. But yeah, my mom was obsessed with that. I know so many people were obsessed with those games. I know people who are still obsessed with those games now. It's crazy. So here's Stan.
Okay, it says I'm at your farm.
It says I'm at
Okay,
your
so then
farm.
just click on the little soil button. And then maybe put a sign up to come in on my farm. Okay, now I
Stupid.
can read the sign you put up.
This is dumb. He's on his phone.
Okay, it says you and I are now very good friends.
Yeah, we're very good friends. We're very good friends, Stan.
As he's looking at Stan, it's like, are you a tard? Like, we've been very good friends. This is dumb. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, is basically what Stan's look is displayed here. All right, so jumping back now into the episode, or moving forward. So now, in contrast to Kyle, Kip is actually overjoyed just to have one friend. both online and offline, as his parents also share his excitement that their son has a friend. However, of course, they appear to be unaware that his friend is only an online friend. So Kip now at the dinner table.
So, Kip, you spend more time with your buddy Kyle today?
Oh, yeah, Dad. We've been having the best time. I showed him all the pictures of me in that silly Halloween costume last year.
Oh, what'd he say about those?
He laughed out loud, and then he was rolling on the floor laughing.
Sounds like you boys had a ball.
Mom, Dad, I'm all done. Can I go hang out with Kyle and tell him all about what I had for dinner?
Well, it's a little late, but it is Friday.
I think the more time you spend with your little friend, the better.
Wow, thanks.
Have fun and be safe.
As he runs up the stairs to get online.
Ate pork chop for dinner. Had nice applesauce, too.
And now he's just going to sit there and wait for Kyle to like us. He's got a picture of Kyle printed. Hours and hours go by. Like 2 hours go by. He's just sitting there at the computer.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
And he's all excited that Kyle liked his post or replied with the like. And I mean, this is like that adrenaline hit, dopamine hit that people get nowadays, but this is in a slower fashion, right? I mean, anytime people post stuff, and I think it happens to me, right? You check in to see if people have liked and commented. Maybe you're sitting there checking every hour. I don't do this anymore, but maybe you're sitting there checking every hour to see if people are liking and responding and commenting to your post because you want that dopamine fix of acknowledgement. In this case, for Kip, he's just trying to have some form of social interaction. Even his parents, of course, were like happy because they probably understood and could see that their son doesn't make a lot of friends, maybe could be considered a social outcast or whatnot. And due to that, in fact, him not having those social skills later on in life could be detrimental. So for them, they see this as a positive. However, they're, of course, unaware that he's doing this all online. All right, so moving on now, Stan starts to not pay attention to his Facebook status, and it results in people getting mad at him for ignoring him. There's even at one point some guy spits at him while he's walking by. Hey, how come you didn't accept my friend request? And Stan's like, I don't even know you. And he's like, yeah, well, I'm just some guy who gets ignored. And he spits on him. Wendy in particular is enraged because one of his female friends saw pictures of him in a bunny costume, and she was a 92-year-old woman. So Wendy got upset. And, of course, Randy bullies Stan into adding and checking Grandma Marcia's status. And eventually, Stan is going to amass over 845,000 friends without trying, and is infuriated to have to continue to deal with Facebook, which we mentioned. While, you can clout chase for those friends, Facebook does have a limit of about 5,000 friends. So this would be more like he's got probably 845,000 followers. But that's still a crap load of people you're connected to online.
What?
I think you look cute in your bunny costume. What is that supposed to mean?
I have no idea.
That's what Susan92 wrote on your Facebook wall. You give girls pictures of you in bunny outfits? Fuck you!
Susan92 is a friend of my grandma's, and she's 92 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Stan. I'm your friend Brian through your Uncle Jimbo. Hey, I commented on your status, but I haven't heard back from you. Could you give me a poke sometime soon?
Stupid.
Fine.
Some guy.
Hey, kid, how come you ignored my friend request?
I don't know you.
Yeah, well, I'm just a guy that gets ignored, I guess.
This part's one of my favorite parts of the episode. There's one or two parts, but this one right here, him getting spat on. So ridiculous. All right, let's go ahead and we'll jump now over to Stan as he realizes he has way too many friends and this is getting out of control. And of course, Randy's going to bother him about his grandmother. So as you can see here, 845,000 friends. He's just blankly staring as Randy comes in.
Grandma said she poked you and you haven't sent a poke back.
You haven't sent a poke back.
Dad, I didn't even want to do...
Stan, poke your grandma.
Good. And Stan is so disgusted.
No.
And he's just now gotten to his breaking point. So he's like, you know what? F this. I'm deleting my profile.
Screw this. You know what?
edit profile, update profile. There, delete profile. You have requested to delete your Facebook profile. If this is an error, hit cancel. Proceed.
Proceed.
Delete your profile. Are you sure?
All these
Yes or no?
questions?
Yes. Are you totally sure? Yes.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Stan Marsh.
Yeah. As the computer starts talking to him.
Can't let me do that. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna have to put you on the game grid.
Delete profile. Are you totally sure? Yes. Yes. God damn it. Yes. Delete. Delete.
And now Stan gets sucked into Facebook. Literally.
Hey, Dad.
Like Tron style here. As the webcam brings him in bit by bit and sucks him in through the webcam into Facebook as we see the World Wide Web and all the geometrical shapes and wires and lines and grids. And now Stan is in Facebook.
Have you ever heard of chat roulette?
No? What's chat roulette?
Yep, finding new friends is easier today than ever before. We just set ourselves up on webcam. Randomly put us with one of the
Chat roulette.
50,000 people
Randomly.
online also doing chat roulette.
Hey, that's kind of cool.
Uh-huh. All right, let's see who our first chat partner is. Just connect.
Ah, that's some dude jacking off.
Oh, yeah, you get those sometimes. We'll just click to the next person. There we go. Hello?
That's just a guy's penis too.
Okay, let's just try this one.
Dude, I don't want to see a bunch of guys' penises.
Hold on, Kyle. This is seriously an amazing gathering place where people from all over the world can share their thoughts and ideas.
Jacking
Okay, that's
off.
a dude jacking off.
Jacking off.
Okay, dude jacking off. Penis. Penis. Penis, penis, penis. Ah, here's a guy. Hey, dude, how's it going?
Hey.
This is my friend Kyle. He's looking for some new friends.
Oh, yeah?
And he gets up and
He's
he's
taking out his penis. Okay, next guy.
Dude, screw this. I don't want to see anymore.
Kyle, this is the way the world works. If you want to find some quality friends, you gotta wade through all the dicks first.
That's a good statement. That is really accurate. If you want to find good quality friends, you do have to kind of wade through all the dicks of the world. Now, in this sense, they use it in a literal form, as they had to disconnect from all the guys masturbating in front of them and taking out their penis, which would, of course, be pedophilic and illegal. So, weird. Moving on now. We'll jump back into Facebook now as we see Stan has been sucked into Facebook, and he's trying to find out where his profile is because he needs to figure out how I can delete this thing.
Could you please tell me what the hell's going on?
No, you aren't my friend. Would you like to be my friend?
No, I seriously don't want any more friends.
Ignore. So anyway, I really like taking long walks in the summer, you know, because there's like...
Okay, I'll be your friend.
Confirm. Ooh, Tom Davis is thrilled to have become powerful by adding a new friend. Here are some pictures of my dog, and here he is in some silly outfits. Can you comment on these?
Ah!
Move it, profile.
Uh-oh.
What? Uh-oh.
They're taking him to the gaming arena.
Looks like I'm gonna be down a friend.
So now they're taking Stan to the gaming arena.
You are about to face each other in combat. You will play the game for the amusement of the users.
Now they make this look all cool.
Let the game commence.
Like he's about to get on this cool motor. It looks like a motorbike, but then it turns into a table.
Yahtzee?
One round only. Begin.
I'm gonna count fives. My $5.
Can we play on speeder bikes or something?
Play, profile.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
So he's deleted.
Dude jacking off.
And there you go. So that is Stan having to play Yahtzee inside of the Tron-like webcam social World Wide Web matrix. Back here, Cartman does help Kyle eventually find a new friend. He's actually a Jewish boy, too.
Dude jacking off. That's a dude jacking off.
That's it, Cartman. I'm out of here. Chat roulette is no way for me to find new friends.
Wait, Kyle. Here's a nice little Jewish kid.
Eh.
Hey, hi there.
Hello?
Yeah, hey, nice to meet you. My friend Kyle is a Jew, too.
Oh, that's cool. I was starting to think this was nothing but dudes jacking off.
Hey, so do you want to be Facebook friends?
Well, sure. If you'll come and visit my farm.
Heck yeah, I'll visit your farm. You should check mine out too.
So stupid. So dumb that people are they connected over this farm. Anyway, okay, continuing on. Here's
Honey,
Kip
where's
Jordy.
Kip? I haven't seen him all
Kip's
day.
gonna be at the movies
No, he's been out spending the whole
with
day
his
with
computer.
his best friend Kyle. I think they're at the movies now.
This is funny. He's at the movie theater watching a movie in 3D with the computer, and he pours popcorn on it. Stupid. Now he's gonna take a selfie with the computer. Dumb. That was. So I feel bad for Kip. But God, that was so cringe. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now back into the Facebook world here. We see that the Facebook is not happy with the fact that Stan survives.
Troublemaker, you were not supposed to survive the game of Yahtzee. You have made things complicated.
I've made them complicated. I don't even want to be here.
That's not what your profile said.
My profile? God damn it, my Facebook profile has taken on a life of its own. Where is it?
Your profile is one of the most powerful in all of Facebook. You cannot stop it now.
You cannot stop it now.
Oh yeah? I can try.
After him!
After him!
So as you saw and heard there, Stan is going to take off because he was arrested there by those Facebook avatars who put him in a battle against another user. After winning Yahtzee, he escaped to charge and go find answers. So, after many more hours of searching for chat roulette you saw there, Cartman and Kyle found a friend. So Kyle, now enjoying his new Facebook friend, plays on his Facebook farm and is shocked to see Stan show up. Stan calls him an asshole. Stan demands that Kyle help him by pulling up his Facebook status. Apparently, Stan's Facebook page has taken on a life of its own and is holding an online chat with all of his friends. Kyle tells Stan that he has to harvest his crops before he can run out of time. Stan becomes fed up with Kyle and tells him to fuck his crops. Kyle then says okay, and he apologizes, pulls up his Facebook page, tells him he's hosting a party in Cafe World. Stan says son of a bitch, and he runs out. Kyle thinks for a moment and then decides to go to the chat party as well. As Stan goes off to figure out what's going on, now they're showing Kyle's avatar in the digital world. Kyle discovers that his new Jewish friend from Chat Roulette has removed him because he's friends with Kip Jordy. This forces Kyle to finally decide to remove Kip from his friend list or else risk being a permanent Facebook outcast. He sends Kip a goodbye message, which causes Kip to return to his state of depression. Poor Kip. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll show a couple clips there.
What the hell is that? Stan?
You're an asshole, Kyle.
Yeah.
What?
What's the one thing I told you? That I didn't want to get sucked into Facebook. This is all your fault.
Dude, what are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing? I found your farm on Facebook so you can help me deal with this bullshit. You gotta go check my profile status.
Got sucked into Facebook.
Profile status?
Just bring up my Facebook page and see what it says my status is.
Well, Stan, I have to harvest my crops before it's too late.
Dude, fuck your
He
crops.
starts ripping out his crops.
Dude, okay, stop! I'm sorry! Says that you are currently hosting an online chat party for all your friends.
Where?
Cafe World.
Son of a bitch.
An online chat party for all his friends. Dude, I should get over there.
Now at Cafe World and Stan's online Facebook party, Stan is still looking for his profile, and then Kyle arrives to see Kip Jordy.
Pictures of Stan in a bunny costume.
Gary Johnson thinks the pictures are fantastic.
Wow, there's a lot of profiles here. Kyle Broflovsky is amazed Stan has so many Facebook friends. Hey, Kyle Broflovsky is amazed Isaiah is also a Facebook friend of Stan's.
Isaiah Zordan is deleting Kyle Broflovsky as a friend.
What? Why?
User saw you are friends with Kip Jordy, who only has one friend. Kyle Broflovsky is bad friend stock.
Oh, no, I'm not really friends with him.
Ignore.
That does it.
So Kyle now, he's pissed.
Enough! Everybody just shut up!
And Stan's going to go ahead. He's looking to find his Facebook profile. So let's go ahead here and we'll see when Stan yells out, "Where is my profile?"
Well, Stan Marsh!
Right
So now a giant avatar shows up.
Oh.
Oh, says Stan. Okay, now we jump over to Kyle delivering his message to Kip Jordy.
But I must say goodbye. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But ending a friendship is never easy.
And then he removes him from the friends list. And now Kip has 0 friends. And he goes right over and he pulls Kyle's picture off the wall that he had printed. And he sits right back down, being a sad clown. Oh, poor little Kipper. Poor little Kipper. So, all right, we're at that chat party, right? Stan's profile challenges him to a game of Yahtzee, which again, Stan wins in only one roll. The win results then Stan being returned to the real world, and he immediately deletes his page. Randy is disappointed that Stan is not friends with him anymore and starts whining again in the hopes that Stan will refriend him. Stan, however, tells him to, quote, fuck off, and that his profile went rogue and sent all of his friends somewhere else. Kip, staring blankly at his Facebook page, is overjoyed to find in the blink of an eye he now has 845,323 friends. All of the friends transferred over to Kip, and now Kip can potentially form some sort of social skills. So let's go ahead and here as we wrap up this episode on SMB, a South Park review.
Let the final battle begin!
It's this giant stage. Again, makes it look all cool, but it's Yahtzee.
Fucking Yahtzee again? Seriously?
What did I tell you? That's a large flesh already! You don't have a chance in here, user! You're pathetic little...
Yahtzee.
Yeah.
What?
Yahtzee. 6s.
No! Can't be!
Yahtzee!
Yahtzee, Randy. As Stan now returns out of the World Wide Web, being sucked back and placed back in digitally from his webcam, back into real life. And he made it out, and he has 0 friends.
Oh, thank God.
Now, Randy.
Hey, Stan.
Yeah.
My computer says we're not friends anymore?
My Facebook profile went rogue, Dad. Had to go into the circuitry and do battle with it.
Yeah.
I sent all my friends somewhere else.
Oh, okay. So we're not friends then?
Fuck off, Dad.
Now Kip Jordy, as he sits blankly, looks at his computer and finds out he's got 845,000 friends. So there's a happy ending for Kip Jordy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your full recap here on this side. We'll be back on the other side with some more of your pop culture, trivia, some references to continuity, and more. We'll be right back. Subscribe to Suck My Balls, a South Park review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast, just type that in, subscribe to our feed, and you'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, South Park review. Welcome back to the other side. Shout out to our sponsors here, provided by Spreaker. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you're watching it right here on YouTube. We're so close to getting monetized, just a couple hundred subscribers away, so hit that like and subscribe button. You can also visit us at linktr.ee/SouthParkPod. That's right, linktr.ee/SouthParkPod. If you're using the Spreaker app, we get 10% more ad revenue, so shout out to Spreaker, and shout out to you if you use our Spreaker app. Otherwise, we appreciate you. However you listen or view this show. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not the 2022 Red Rocks Day 1 South Park Trivia Champion. I am not a Dr. Thugonomics, Punkonomics, Polyphonics, Scooponomics. I am not a trivia god. But I will do my best. Here is your trivia for this episode. This is the first and only appearance of Grandma Marsh. This is one of the few times that the series has actually used the real name of a company. They usually come up with parody names, like such as Walmart, they only spelled it with one L. They spelled YouTube, T-O-O-B at the end. However, in this episode, Facebook is actually spelled F-A-C-E, book, Facebook. Kip Jordy's official Facebook page can actually be found on Facebook. It was set up by a member of South Park Studios. Some of the boys' birth years are revealed here, but they're only valid for most of 2010. For example, it stated that Stan's birthday is on October 19th, 2001. But as we later find out, he's going to then turn 10 later on in Season 18. Kenny received his laptop through the One Laptop Per Child Foundation. When Stan's profile is about to be deleted, there are 3 comments on there by Randy. Where are my friends at? Having some cereal and TV, and man, this bacon is good. Right above Cartman's podcast, he wrote, Butters, you better check out my new podcast. You need all the help you can get due to efforts for social status and being cute. Clyde's profile status was, is the man and you're not, as shown on Cartman's podcast. On Clyde's profile, it all says that he likes tally status. This is one of the few episodes of South Park to feature a happy ending, which is worth noting because the show rarely does. Kip is still Kyle's Facebook friend since Stan had Kyle on his friends list, so now they're friends again. A few pictures of a dog in this episode resemble one of Paris Hilton's dogs. Stan is using a 386 computer, a beige box straight out of the 90s, but he has the latest in monitors. When Kip got on Stan's friend list, Big Gay Al is on the end of his friend's profile. Clyde's birthday is revealed to be April 10th. Stan has liked Cartman's podcast. This may have been before Stan logged on to his account, where Cartman would have still had access to the password. Kenny does not appear or reappear after the first scene of this episode. Stan's Tron-esque costume was later reused in South Park Phone Destroyer as Program Stan. And finally, 3 previously unnamed background kids' names are revealed on Kyle's Facebook friends list. Daniel Tanner, Bobby Palmer, and Andrew Sutherland. And that is your trivia. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into some pop culture. Kyle's computer model is, in this episode, looks like the 2002 iMac G4. Kip mentions that Kyle was considering whether the Hurt Locker deserved its Oscar, perhaps as an inchy commentary by the creators. Though the film was almost exclusively praised by critics, it was also panned by many veterans and reporters who experienced the Iraq War. Throughout most of the last 2 acts, Stan, along with everyone else on Facebook, is dressed as Tron from the film Tron. Cartman acts like Jim Cramer was his name, who is the host of CNBC's Mad Money. The format and use of various auditory and visual effects in the webcast strongly resembles those of Mad Money as well. The farm game Kyle is playing is a parody of the game Farmville. When he's accosted by Wendy, Stan is reading a comic book titled The Penalizer, which is, of course, a parody of Marvel's The Punisher. Randy acts like Bill Lumberg, the boss from Office Space, along with other characters taunting and repetitively asking Stan if he has noticed their Facebook requests. The computer saying, "I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Stan Marsh," is from a reference from the 2001 movie, A 2001: A Space Odyssey. The portrait of a sad clown in Kip's room on his bedroom wall is a parody of a similar painting, which you can see in The Sims. The Facebook world that Stan is sucked into is similar to the Tron movies. Stan also asks if they can just ride speeder bikes instead of playing Yahtzee, of course another reference to Tron. Stan's profile turning rogue is also a reference to Tron, referencing how Clue, CLU, turned against Flynn. And Stan's Tron costume was used in the mobile video game we already mentioned. Chat roulette is shown when Cartman attempted to get Kyle new friends. This scene of males jacking off is a parody of Sight's criticism for displaying inappropriate content. At the time, chat roulette was under a lot of fire because people could just get on there and do whatever they wanted, and there was no restrictions, there was no limitations, there was no censorship. As Cartman pointed out, you gotta wade through a bunch of dicks to find good, quality friends. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your pop culture. So there you go. And of course, the last couple bit of information here has got some continuity here. Cartman once again mentions Casa Bonita, where Clyde's birthday party is taking place. Of course, we remember Casa Bonita, food and friend of all. This is the second episode in which Wendy has behaved erratically and unbalanced in regards to her relationship with Stan. The first time was in Season 1's episode, Tom's Rhino Flasty. And that is your continuity. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my final thoughts on this episode. I always enjoy the You Have Zero Friends episode, even when it comes on. I think still to this day, while it might not be, the Facebook craze that it once was, there is parallels to how social media continues to exist in this day and age, such as the craze on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X now, right? How people use these social media platforms as a way to clout chase, to build themselves into some form of internet celebrity, if that's what they're after, to build their brand, to cure depression. I always did enjoy this episode, and even still to this day, I find this episode to be comical. A lot of good lines in here from Cartman about wading through the dicks. I enjoy his Mad Money segment. You can find it on our TikTok. I enjoy the scene where Stan gets sucked into Facebook and then starts ripping out Kyle's crops and says, "Fuck your crops." That always pops me. You can go back and listen to the clip. If you watch, you can hear me laughing in the background. I left my mic on. It's a funny scene. So all in all, I would say this episode is definitely in my top 100. The Tron stuff never really got to me. I've seen the movie Tron once or twice in my life. I'm not like the biggest fan of the Tron franchise. So like that never resonates with me. But the whole aspect of them only being able to play Yahtzee is funny because back in 2010, right? If you weren't playing these application-style video games like Farmville and Cafe World and Candy Crush, you only could play games like Yahtzee and Solitaire and chess and stuff like that. So the fact that it all comes down to Yahtzee, because it's such a low-frequency bandwidth probably game, so that anybody can play it, and Stan just continuously wins, showcasing how boring Yahtzee is. I never understood Yahtzee. Like, why would you get that for someone as a gift as a child? I got that as a gift as a game board. Like, why do I want Yahtzee? It's a dumb game. It's poker in a cup with dice. Like, I'm not even the biggest fan of poker now as an adult. Unless it's for money. But still, who gets Yahtzee as a gift for someone? Who gets Yahtzee as a gift for a kid? Don't get your children Yahtzee for Christmas, grandmas and grandpas out there. That's dumb. Just get them a gift card to Amazon or some sort of Fortnite points. I don't know, but don't buy anybody Yahtzee as a gift. Horrible game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition of SMB of South Park Review. Coming up next week is episode number 200, and that is also the name of the episode. It is 200. We are about to embark on what I call the banned episode duo. 200 and 201 have been removed from all streaming platforms. You can find it like on South Park Archive and probably find it on a back website. But the episode is banned because of the content around the episode. During the 2010 era, there was a lot of scarcity about using or depicting, even to this day I guess it is, I'm not Muslim, Muhammad. So 200 and 201 are banned. So we don't know if this episode's going to be on YouTube, but it's definitely going to be on a podcast form. So come back next week for another edition of SMB, a South Park Review.